If you're thinking about buying a home in Vernon, you are making a fantastic choice. But like any big decision, it comes with its pros and its cons. Today, I'm going to share the 7 key things to consider before buying in Vernon to help you decide if it's the right fit for you. I'm Lisa Salt with RE/MAX Vernon Salt Fowler. I'm a local realtor here in Vernon, and this video isn't just about selling you on the area, it is about helping you make an informed, confident decision. So let's dive in.
See ya.
First, let's talk about Vernon's climate and seasons. One of the most attractive aspects of living here is experiencing all 4 distinct seasons. In the summer, temperatures can soar into the 30s, and we have Okanagan's famous lakes like Kalamalka and Okanagan Lake and Swan, and they become the go-to spots for boating and paddleboarding and sunbathing. Well, Kalamalka and Okanagan do, not Swan Lake. Then fall brings crisp air and breathtaking foliage. It's so beautiful when the leaves change color. Then winter transforms the area into a snowy winter wonderland. Silver Star Mountain Resort is just a short drive away, offering world-class skiing, snowboarding, and even tubing for the whole family. It's a great place to enjoy for the winter. Then spring is equally stunning with orchards and vineyards coming back to life. It's so beautiful. So 4 distinct seasons, which are amazing. The pros of that: you'll never get bored of the weather here. It is dynamic, it is beautiful, it is always changing, and it's perfect for outdoor enthusiasts. Each season brings new activities to explore. The cons: now, if you're coming from a milder climate, you're going to need to prepare for significant temperature changes. Summers can be quite hot, like I say, in the 30s, maybe 40s, which may not suit everyone. And winters can bring snowstorms and ice and require shoveling and driving on icy roads. So you have to invest in the proper gear, like winter tires and snow equipment. That's essential. And if you are coming from Alberta, you need to know there is an inversion that settles over the whole valley in the winter. So you may not see the sun for a while, maybe till spring. So that's the toughest thing for the Albertans. However, you can go up to Silver Star, get your sun fix if you need it, but just be aware that's what you're buying into should you choose to move our direction. Number 2, let's discuss the cost of living. Vernon is often seen as a more affordable option compared to cities like Vancouver and even Kelowna, but the cost of living is still something to consider carefully. Housing prices have risen in the recent years with demand outpacing supply in most areas. However, you'll typically find larger lots and more spacious homes for the same budget compared to the urban centers. So there's that. And then beyond housing, we're talking about the total affordability. Groceries and utilities can be slightly higher than the national average, partly due to the smaller size of the city, but mainly its relative isolation. That carbon tax affects you more when the trucks that bring the food and the other goods to the Okanagan have to travel farther. Now, on the flip side, property taxes in Vernon are competitive, or so I understand. So let's look at the pros. Vernon offers excellent value for your money when it comes to lifestyle and housing compared to the major centers. The trade-off between affordability and quality of life here is one of the main reasons people are moving to the Okanagan. Now, the cons for those on a tight budget: the rising or risen housing market might make it challenging to secure a property within your price range. You may have to consider downsizing in the size of your lot or the size of your home, or maybe the style of home. You may need to opt for a strata versus a single family property in your price range. Also, if you're used to the lower costs in smaller towns or regions, you may find groceries and daily expenses higher than you expected. So make sure to do your budgeting before you decide on your move. Now, number 3, let's look at employment. Vernon's economy is actually quite diverse for its size. There's some strong industries, certainly in tourism and agriculture and healthcare, education. If you're a remote worker though, Vernon's an absolute dream. Imagine working from home with a view of the lake or the mountains every day. Now, for entrepreneurs, the city's supportive, tight-knit small business community and proximity to the larger markets like Kelowna, Kamloops can be a major advantage. So pros, the job market here is growing quite a bit, but the main advantage is that remote workers can benefit from a lower cost of living while still enjoying big city amenities nearby. The cons are, if you're in a niche or a specialized industry, you may find limited opportunities in Vernon itself. Some residents have to commute to Kelowna for work, which is about 40 minutes or a little more away depending. Additionally, wages in Vernon may not match those in larger metropolitan areas. In fact, I'll say they won't. So you'll want to weigh the financial trade-offs. Fourth, let's talk about neighborhoods and lifestyles. Choosing the right neighborhood is crucial. Now, Vernon has something for everyone, from upscale communities to charming family-friendly neighborhoods. If you love lake views and luxury homes, the Rise, for example, might be perfect for you. Or Okanagan Landing offers close proximity to beaches and marinas, and also has many houses right on the lake, so that area makes it perfect for the water lovers. East Hill, on the other hand, is popular with families due to its excellent schools and its parks and its proximity to town. So the pros are, Vernon's diversity in neighborhoods means you'll likely find one that fits your lifestyle, whether you prioritize outdoor activities, family living, or a quiet retreat. Plus, most areas are just a short drive from the amenities, and the natural beauty of the Okanagan is everywhere. The cons are, homes are in high demand. Neighborhoods can be competitive and a bit pricier. Lakefront properties in particular come at a huge premium. So if you're on a budget, you may need to compromise again on that location or size like we talked about. Number 5, let's talk about amenities and activities. Vernon is an outdoor enthusiast paradise. There's no shortage of amenities and activities for sure. From hiking and biking trails to world-class golf courses and ski resorts, there's literally something for everyone. The city also has a thriving art scene with galleries and theaters and festivals happening year-round. So the pros are, everything you need for a fulfilling lifestyle is right here, from recreation to cultural events. And thanks to Vernon's size, you're never far from what you need, whether it's shopping or dining or medical services. The cons are, if you're used to the hustle and bustle of the big city living, maybe going to NHL hockey games or Rolling Stones concerts, you might find Vernon's pace a little bit slower. Sleepy Hollow, as some say. The nightlife and the dining scene, while it's charming and it's very good, it's just not as extensive or active as in the larger urban centers. It's just the way it is. Now, number 6, let's talk about the real estate market trends. I know we already talked about real estate a little bit already, but let's dive a little bit deeper. The real estate market in Vernon is highly competitive, with homes in popular neighborhoods or on the lake or with lake views often selling quickly. Prices have been steadily increasing, especially in the boom around COVID. Prices went nuts as basically people were discovering that they could live in one place and work in another, and Vernon grew hugely in popularity because people wanted to live here and work remotely. So the pros, Vernon's still growing, and the market is an excellent opportunity for investment as properties here tend to appreciate over time. If you buy and hold, you will always make money. Usually, you'll double your money every 10 years if history continues to repeat itself, and history has a tendency of doing that. Cons, prices already went up, so you're starting at a higher price than you would have pre-COVID. However, again, coming from a larger city, prices are still relatively reasonable. Coming from smaller cities, well, then it's less so, for sure. Finally, let's talk about Vernon's community vibe. It's a place where neighbors know each other, and there's a strong sense of pride in the local culture. From the farmers markets to the festivals and the family-friendly events, you'll find plenty of ways to connect with your community, that's for sure. So the pros, Vernon is perfect for families, it's perfect for retirees, and really anyone looking for a more closely knit community. It's a safe and friendly environment where you'll feel welcome, I think, from day one. The cons are, though, if you're used to the anonymity of a big city, it might take some time to adjust to the small town vibe. Social circles can feel tight-knit, and finding your place might require some patience and some effort. It's just a different way of living. And that about wraps up the 7 pros and cons to consider before buying in Vernon. My goal was to make sure that you have all the information that you need to decide if Vernon is the right place for you. If you have questions or are ready to start your home search, please feel free to reach out to RE/MAX Vernon Salt Fowler, and in the meantime, download our free relocation package at vernonrelocation.com. Thanks for watching.